Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodash. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutation to the hopefully elect out there, you Akim to Zadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. On the pre-Shaman, this week's topic is going to be entitled Pick Your Poison. Right, pick your poison. This is inspired by a video I saw on X, formerly known as Twitter. There was a video showing that they're putting vaccines, okay, into the fish. You know, it was a video that was showing the vaccination process of salmon, farm-raised salmon, and they had this like machine system that, you know, separated them, nauseated the fish, and quickly injected them with a vaccine. And at the end of the video, there was like, you know, this has been shown better than using antibiotics. So it's like, what do you want in your fish? Do you want some vaccines, which you don't know what the fuck is in there, or do you want some goddamn antibiotics in your fish? You know, it's literally poison, man. You are what you consume. You are what you consume. A little bit of whatever we eat gets into our body. So whether you like it or not, you're consuming fish vaccine. If you don't like it, well, guess what? Now you're gonna consume some fish antibiotics. And you might say, fuck it, I'm gonna go off grid. Let me get me some wild Alaskan. Well, guess what? They're crossbreeding the salmon with the eels. And it's just, it's so infuriating, bro. It's like, but you know, this is the curses. This is the man that's in power, and this is the bullshit we got to deal with. You know, the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach 30 and 25 reads, "A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet." So we do care about what we consume in our bodies, you know, but we understand, like, man, unless you're a trillionaire, a billionaire sheik, then even that so-called organic is just organic in label. You know, it's not truly, you know, because you have things like organic seedless grapes. It's not, you're not truly getting, you don't know what you're consuming, you know. In fact, Ezekiel 4 and 13 reads, "And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them." Right, so the bread that we're consuming here in America is completely defiled, man. All right, Jake's on the island, at least they could grow shit, you know. When I go to Jamaica, the food is way different. A lot of the fruits and shit is a lot smaller because it's not injected with anything, okay? And this is affecting the people. You know, this is having a great effect on the people, the food that we're consuming. Look at this generation now, man. They're complaining, saying they're burnt out from work, and they're working 30 hours a week. Talking about they burnt out working 30 hours a week and working from home. So that right there tells you that's a bunch of weak human beings, very fucking weak, and which is done by design, because guess what? Now they shall be easier to conquer. You know, that's the whole point of it. You know, easier to take over. The men are effeminate, weak, emotional. All this GMO is just, you know, again, it's all done by design. But this food is completely defiled, man. All right, and you can't escape it, man. You can't escape it. Hell, speaking of that, I remember back in shit, I can't remember what year. What year did I go to Jamaica that year, man? Shit, I think it was 2015. I think it was 2015 I went. And at the time, I was eating super healthy, man. I was obsessed with getting my 8-pack, well, 6-pack. I ended up getting an 8-pack. Went crazy dieting, got very slim. And I thought I was eating the best of the best up here. You know, I was going to Fairway. And when I went to Jamaica, and I realized, holy shit, you know, greens, when I went back to Jamaica, greens don't last long. You know, you put greens on the fridge 3 days later, it should go bad if it's really, you know, untampered. And the food was getting me so filled because I was doing intermittent fasting. And in America, when I broke my fast, I'll eat a bunch of food, you know. But I couldn't do so in Jamaica. Why? Because it was actually filled with way more nutrients. When you're hungry, your body is craving nutrients. If the food is deprived of nutrients, guess what? You'll keep eating. And that's how come people get fatter and shit. A lot of people in America are overweight, some sort of beer belly gut shit going on, back fat everywhere. This is the type of shit. Why? Because the stuff that we consume is deprived of calories. I'm sorry, deprived of nutrients, loaded with the calories, but deprived of nutrients. So you just keep eating. Your body's never really satisfied. So I came back from Jamaica, and I had a hard time eating what I thought was healthy. I mean, eventually I got to eat it again, but I'm like, man, this shit been on the fridge 2 weeks. It's supposed to be greens, and You know, you like, damn. So it was a little bit hard, but then you get over it and shit. But you know, this is Babylon, man. This is what happened when a so-called white man is left around to play God and tamper with things. This is the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 29. It says, "And the Most High said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree, yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat." Right? So when you consume fruits and these different things, it's supposed to have the seed in it, man. Okay? Which you can consume. All right? But now, and you know, you can see like fruits how they used to look versus now, like a banana or a watermelon, how these things used to look very different. But they've been crossbred, genetically modified, and tampered with by you know who, okay, Esau. And man, like now you're dying for have some watermelon with full of black seeds. You don't really see that shit, man. You know, because it's been tampered with. And now let's say you say, look, man, I want to be an organic farmer. I just want to, I want to grow my own shit. And you try to establish your farm. Guess what? Monsanto is not going to knock on your door saying they got to spray your shit with whatever, social pesticides, and it's a bunch of legality when you get into that stuff too. You know, but it shows you the bullshit. It shows you the bullshit. It's the book of Job 9:24. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he?" Right. So the Most High has put this man in power. All right, because he's the one that's covering the face of the judges, the so-called white man. No, I don't see no Chinese images of the who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. I don't see any Hindu images of who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. I see the so-called white man propped up as the Most High and who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahushua. That's what I'm seeing, okay? So he's the one that ain't calling himself the real Jews, calling himself the Israelites, all right? I'm the one that's seeing them covering the cast of all the nations. So that's them. But they're wicked. And how do we prove that the wicked is in power? Well, all you have to do is just jump to the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and 2, where it reads, "When the righteous are in authority, the people mourn." When the righteous, with a tongue. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Right? So when the righteous people are in authority, like King Solomon, all right, the people rejoice. Okay? Even them other rulers in them different parts, like you look at Dubai, they rejoicing over there, man. They got their own little laws set up, you know. They ain't no stealing and all that. You could go to Dubai, park a Lambo with the keys in it, ain't nobody stealing the shit, man. You see? It's a whole different thing over there. So it really comes down to your ruler. You know, if you can rule on point, then the people will rejoice. They'll feel safe. They'll you know. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Right, and the people right now are mourning. Okay? Hey, brother had posted a video. The life of a trillionaire sheik. He's not really a trillionaire per se, but it's this sheik out there in Dubai. He's the president, the current president of Dubai. But the video goes into his palace. I was decked with gold, and how much they really spend on having good quality food. You know, on point, they say he spent $3 million on strawberries, man. You know, he has some of the food with gold flakes on it, so they're eating gold. But you could do that. You know, I mean, well, that's the upper echelons. But the point is that the very wealthy really do care about their diet. They know how it affects you. And I mentioned last episode that, you know, these very elite families, guess what? They have servants, okay, that's preparing their food every day, even when they're not at their resort or getaway home. Just in case they pop up, breakfast is there, lunch is there, dinner is there. Okay? And they're not eating what the fuck we're eating, man. Alright? Fresh food. Okay? They're killing this shit the same day. You know? That type of stuff. Now the book of Matthew chapter 24 verse 2 says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. Right, so the reason I brought that out is because at this particular rate, man, ain't no flesh gonna be saved, man. You see where this generation is going. A lot of it is the food, the MK Ultra mind control, and all this GMO. There's all this fuckery going on, man. All this wickedness going on. You know, creating a bunch of beta males. Beta male. I'm just saying they're creating weak men. Creating weak men. Really, technically, beta male just means a man that's a provider. It's not really, I mean, it's has a negative stigma, but really it's just a provider. But anyways, it says, and except those days should be shortened. What days? The length of America. This shit gotta be shortened. We gotta get the fuck out of here ASAP. There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And this is why the Most High is going to bring a speedy end to America, man, a swift destruction to America. Okay, for the elect's sake. Just like how the Lord really cares about his elect. Just like how he took out Enoch because the world was so wicked and filthy. All right, guess what? The Lord doesn't want his elect in this wicked, filthy world. Okay, when I say world, I mean the rulership. Okay, the planet Earth itself is a beautiful, blessed creation of the Most High. But guess what? It's been defiled by who's ruling it. So once Yahushua come back and take over rule and us being joint heirs, then things are going to be righteous, man. We're going to know what actual water is supposed to be like. Actual clean, fresh air with no pollutants and shit, man. Things we can't really fathom. You know? Everything's going to change, man. When them blessed missiles touch this parts of the world, man, and melt it. You know, purify it. Alright, so no matter what you do, like I said, you can't really get around shit. We try our best. We try our best to eat. Try our best to exercise, you know. Bodily exercise, profit a little, but it do profit. I always say, you know, 3%, a phone with 3% is better than a dead phone. So the little that we do put in, the little effort that we do make, it does make some sort of difference. But at the end, ultimately, we understand that we can't escape it. But even though we can't escape it, there's no excuse to just, you know, fuck your body up. Per se, even worse. Alright, with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rachak Wadash, the belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopefully elect out there, you Akim to Sadakim that do the singing that most truth and sincerity. Shalom.